I can't stand that woman.
Who am I kidding? This bike's never broke down. ShovelheadFEJ, and I'm in my office doing a voiceover, which I don't normally do voiceover. This is actually my second voiceover. Anyway, I wanted to show you. This is probably one of my most favorite motorcycles. I try not to have a favorite. I just like to ride motorcycles. But this is my 1979 FXE SUPERGLIDE. It's kind of funny, the sticker on the side, the F Evo, that is period appropriate, because when the Evos first came out, man, about this time, anybody that owned a Shovelhead hated the Evos, just hated the thought of the Evos. Now it turns out they're a pretty darn good motor. 1979, man, Harley-Davidson made some effed up stuff. I mean, they were, it was the AMF, and they were using a lot of leftover parts. They changed their the way that they were numbering their motorcycles and all that. And it was really it's kind of a weird year for the Harley-Davidsons. This one is a transition, so they were transitioning from the 74 cubic inch to the 80 cubic inch. This happens to be the rare, what I would consider the rare 80 cubic inch. So I got very fortunate on this one. In fact, the guy that I bought this bike off of, he was telling me that it was a 74 cubic inch and yada yada yada. But I'm looking at the serial numbers and I'm like, yeah, I don't think so. Anyway, sure enough, looked at the serial numbers. This bike has matching numbers. This is all the original bike. The paint's not original, but this is the original motor. This is the original frame. It's all titled. And the funny, not funny thing about this bike, this motor, is that when I say original, nobody's been into this motor. He's owned the bike almost since brand new, and since I've owned it, I can tell there. You can see where generally you can see on the gaskets where there's the sealer, the RVT or whatever they use. You can usually see a gasket's been moved or whatever, but this is all original motor. It has about 80 to 90,000 miles, original miles, and how I come up with that number is between the many miles that he has put on it, because the odometer hasn't worked. The odometer stopped working at about 30,000 miles, and so the miles that he's put on it and the miles I put on it, It's about that. This motor is at the end of its life. It still has good compression, but doesn't have great compression. Right there, that is actually Squirrel from Verdal's Motors. That's his insignia right there. It's funny that I actually had this bike before I even knew the guy, just didn't know the guy. This was actually one of his bikes that he sold to the gentleman. This bike has been from Florida to Sturgis, I think it was 4 times, and it's been to Leesburg, I want to say from Cape Coral about 20 times. The guy that I bought this bike off of, man, he put some miles. He's a real deal, a real biker, and he put a lot of miles on it. He just did the maintenance, changing the oil and changing tires and stuff like that. But he's a guy a lot like me. I ride them till they can't ride no more. I do a little tiny bit of preventive maintenance, but I don't spend my time. If it looks like it's going to break, I just ride it till it breaks. That's just me. I know I'm going to get a lot of hate, but that's just the way that I am. Anyway, man, I love this bike. Pretty soon, it's going to have to be tore down. The motor's going to have to be rebuilt. The guy that I bought the bike off of, he had one leg, and his left leg was his good leg, and his right leg was his not so good leg. So I left the motorcycle. The motorcycle is set up for a one-legged guy, basically, and I've left it just like that because I'm just going to keep riding the crap out of it. When the motor finally goes, there's something going on in the transmission, not in the transmission, in the clutch. I'm fixing to take and tear it down. I was kind of waiting for it to break loose, but it hasn't broken loose yet. So probably, in a few months, or maybe sooner, I'll tear it down and at least take off the inner primary, see what's going on, or the outer primary, see what's going on with the clutch, see what's going on. But as long as it's running, man, it's still running. And oh yeah, that bike right there. That's the giveaway bike. If you guys haven't bought a ticket, please buy a ticket. I really want to get rid of this bike. There's nothing wrong with it. I just want to get rid of it because I'm ready to start giving away bikes, and this is the one that's kind of holding us up. Anyway, like, share, and subscribe. Appreciate you guys. Man, you guys have been so good with the merchandise, and thank you very much. Miss Dee Dee, thanks you very much. And yeah, that's it. Like, share, and subscribe. I'm close to that 10,000, man. So if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I hate to beg. Anyway, that's it. All right, peace. I'm out. You want it close to. You want to be right on top of my face.
Okay.
So come on in. Stay there. There you go. That was it.
Okay.
You're doing